So we will be going over push day with the resistance bands. So before we start, we want to make sure we got the right accessories for the band. For this instant, we need the handlebars, make sure we got a good grip on them, and also the door anchor. Big cue that I want to emphasize is making sure we got those shoulder blades back and down to help those shoulder joints. The first exercise we will be going over is the chest press. With the chest press, we want to make sure we keep the elbows slightly lower than the shoulders, having that good posture, squeezing at the top for about 2 seconds and controlling that movement back. Again, squeezing at the top, getting that good stretch on those pec muscles and also engaging those triceps. This works the front delts, the chest, and the triceps. The next exercise I'm going over right here is the chest flies. So with the chest flies, we want to make sure we're not pushing, we're doing more of a fly movement. And this is because we want to emphasize more chest than the tricep. So we want the resistance coming from the back, really hitting that chest, getting a good stretch on there. We will be standing, keeping those elbows again slightly lower than the shoulders, bringing them close together, squeezing at the top for about 2 seconds and controlling it back. Again, you can see the elbows aren't as bent, and we're doing more of a fly than a press. Here's a different angle. Having a good posture, getting a good stretch at the end, and coming together, squeezing. The next exercise will be the overhead shoulder press. With this one, you want to step on the bands, make sure they're nice and even, and you got a firm standing on them. You want to keep the shoulder or the upper arm about parallel to the floor. If not, if you can have that range of motion, put them lower. But the target for now is hitting that 90, pressing those bands over your head and controlling it on the down movement. With this exercise, we are targeting more of the posterior end, so this is more of the upper trap, rear delt area. So the next exercise we're going to go over are the lateral raises. So with the lateral raises, we want a little less resistance. So by that, we can put 1 foot down and hold it down instead of 2, or we can just go lighter on the bands. But the target here is to make sure we get those arms about parallel to the floor, controlling that down movement. Try not to bend the elbows too much and just make sure they're up there. Don't go too far back on these or too far forward, just right where it feels comfortable and you're hitting those mid delts. Just like anything else, we want to make sure we got that good posture. Next thing we're going to go over is the tricep push downs. So with these, we are targeting specifically the triceps. On this, we want to make sure we get our elbows about 90 degrees with good tension behind it and pushing down, getting that full extension of the triceps. I also want to point out that you could use a little bit of hinge at the hips just to lengthen the range of motion. And the last thing we will go over today is the overhead tricep extensions. With the overhead tricep extensions, you don't need the door anchor. You can just step on these play with the resistance and get these behind you and over your head. With the elbow positioning, I don't necessarily recommend flaring them out too much. Get them right where the comfort level is, extending those arms all the way up, controlling it on the down motion, getting a good stretch on the triceps. Here's a different angle. Like I said, all the way back, getting a good stretch on that tricep and extension at the top. So that's all I have for you today. The next thing we'll be going over is the pull day. Hope you guys enjoyed.